not gonna lie, I am not like some crazy Disney adult, but I do enjoy Disney. So I've been once when I was young, and I went another time like last year or 2 years ago, and I was in Disneyland, and I like Disney. I can't get with the prices. If I could actually afford it and not actually have to sacrifice, a lot of my savings, I would go. But this is just talking about how much more expensive Disney had gotten, and maybe why it's gotten so expensive. So let's check this video out. It's a very interesting video.
Ice cream bar would have cost $2.75 at Disney World.
So see that, $2.75 in 2009.
With inflation, that bar would cost $4.22 today.
How
But
crazy.
the price has more than doubled to $6.50. And it's not just the price of ice cream. Basic Mickey ears are up 67%. And the Mickey pretzel is up 118%.
118%. This is not normal inflation. This is insane. And guess what? They can charge these prices because people are going to still go. I'm going to still go. I might not get that Mickey pretzel that costs all that money, but I'm going to get some cotton candy. I might get some popcorn. It depends on how much it costs. I can be realistic when it comes to buying things. I'm not going to buy these crazy expensive things. Even the Mickey ears. You can buy Mickey ears online. They might still cost around that $30, but you have a whole bunch of different things to look at. You might be able to get some cheaper ones as well. Like we bought our son these Mickey ears. They were just black Mickey ears, and we bought them for maybe $10 or $15 on Amazon instead of actually buying something like that at the store, which is going to cost $30 or $40. Especially if you buy it at the amusement park, they're going to charge even more.
It's also gotten more expensive to get inside the parks. From 2015 to 2025, Disney World's top-tier annual pass nearly doubled from $829 to $1,600.
I'm telling you guys, I'm not a crazy, Disney fanatic, but if I did live in Orlando, I probably will get season passes. I would get season passes at that $800 mark. At $1,600 for a season pass, I don't know if I would do that, especially if you have 4 kids, or you have, you, your wife, or your husband, whoever, and you have 2 other kids. That's a lot of freaking money. $6,000 for the year. That's insane. Just to go to Disney. That's not even including like skipping lines and getting on these rides faster, and the food and the travel, the parking, all those things. Talking $10,000 a year, annual pass holders could be paying to go to Disney.
$29. That's a 44% increase after 44%. Inflation.
Every year I think to myself, well, what's my breaking point? When will I say, oh, this is too much for an annual pass?
Disney attributes these price hikes to inflation, rising labor costs, and the billions it invests to offer more experiences. But changes in how Disney sets park prices and its volatile entertainment division could also be to blame.
Now I feel like every time I blink,
this lady, she's like a huge Disney fan. I'm not even close.
It was getting more expensive in the parks.
So what's making a visit to Disney theme parks so expensive? And is there a limit to what fans will pay to experience the happiest place on Earth?
There has to be a limit on how much you got to pay for something. Like, I'm not paying for a $300 Disney ticket. No, but I would pay for a $150 ticket. I pay for a $173 ticket. $200, we might have to go on a different time of year because they adjust the tickets based on the time of the year that you go. So if you go in the summer, it's going to be more expensive. If you go in the off season, maybe February or something, it's going to be a lot cheaper.
Just families. It was priced for them too.
Look at this number.
On opening day, the admission cost was 50 cents for children and $1 for adults.
So that's when Disney first opened. 50 cents is how much it costs for kids, $1. And still Disney hitting you with these little discounts for kids, even back then. Last year we did a Disney video. They gave you like a $5 or $10 discount just for being a kid. I'm like, oh, great Disney. Thanks for the big discount for my 9-year-old.
Adjusted for inflation, that's about $6 and $12.
Can you imagine if tickets were $12? Everyone can go. We could open up so many doors for people. And in this video they talk about later, because I watched it already, is they're kind of squeezing the people that can't afford this. Like the middle class is kind of getting squeezed to not be able to go to Disney. It's kind of being now more for the upper class people that can afford these big trips.
10 and 35 cents, or about $1.20 to $4.20 today. And when ABC aired a live Dateline Disneyland special for Disneyland's grand opening,
People and eyes around the world are focused on these 160 acres here in Anaheim, California.
It became a national event.
That's a creepy looking Mickey.
90 million American households tuned in. Walt Disney World opened on October 1st, 1971, near Orlando, Florida. Tickets cost $3.50, or about $28.
Today, a ticket will be $28. Tickets are now $109, $115, $125, $150 or more dollars just for one person. This ain't how much tickets are now compared to what they could have been.
Star-studded TV special on NBC.
One of the things that Walt Disney said was, Disneyland will never be finished. It will continue to evolve and grow and develop. And that is still the case.
But expansion came at a price. Chart tracks the price of a one-day, one-park ticket at Walt Disney World from Epcot's opening in 1982. When it opened, a one-day ticket to Disney World cost $15, equivalent to $50 in today's money. Throughout the rest of the 1980s and 90s, that price climbed steadily as Disney World expanded with new lands, like MGM Studios and Animal Kingdom.
And could they not keep the tickets low? Because there's no way they're not still making a lot of money, whether that's from all their sponsors or ESPN. They own all these different things, and they still want to charge us premium to go to their parks.
No new Disney World parks opened, but there were new attractions, and park prices rose even faster.
So crazy.
But 2 years in the 2010s would change how the parks were priced for good.
Look at that jump.
In 2016, under the leadership of CEO Bob Iger, Disney introduced seasonal ticket pricing. This model created tiered
and this is kind of how it's doing now.
Ticket prices based on seasonal demand, with days categorized as value, regular, or peak. As a result, one-day ticket prices climbed above $100. And in its first quarter earnings the following year.
Let's see how much tickets are right now. Today is Sunday, February 8th, 2026. How much are Disney World tickets? I love looking at this stuff. I think I could afford to go, but would I really want to spend $5,000 on a trip to Disney for a few days? I don't know if I would want to do that. So we're going to look at one theme park ticket. How many days? We just want to go for one day. We'll go for two. We'll do a select number of days. We'll do 2 days. So you see there's different pricing depending on what day it is. 180 plus on Tuesday, Monday. It costs the most on a Saturday and a Sunday because people don't have work. So let's just say we go on a Wednesday, we're on vacation. All right, one park per day. Wait, what? Oh, because we're doing two days, right? So 361. Man. Now, how many people do we have going for this trip? Let's say we typically have 2 adults. Let's say we have a 12-year-old. Let's say we have a 4-year-old. Man, this is going to be so insane. So we're talking about $1,500 just for 2 days. $1,500 for 2 days. We haven't talked about transportation. We haven't talked about housing, where we're going to stay. That's probably going to be another $1,500. We're talking about $3,000, maybe $3,200 because car rental can be pretty cheap in Orlando. Let's say we go to Six Flags. Because people don't talk about Six Flags as much anymore. They don't, Six Flags is not the crazy destination that everybody wants to go to. Let's go Six Flags America, Santa Clara. Any day ticket, $45. Again, you got to make your way out there. You got to fly. You got to book your hotel. But for general admission, there's no discounts for kids. There's just straight $45. You got to pay for parking too. So you get 4 of those. Okay? Now listen, it's not Disney. It's Six Flags. And there's different... Every Six Flags is not treated the same. But we're talking about $215 for Six Flags. And let's say you get 8 because you're going to go different days, right? So if you go for 2 days for Six Flags trip, it's going to cost you about $430. Maybe you only need 1 day because Six Flags is not always a huge place. This is an alternative option that people can go with if they want to go to Six Flags. Hold on, let me do one more. Universal, how much is Universal? But Disney really has people in a chokehold because we love Disney. We love the nostalgia. We love all these things. So one park ticket, so about $139. So it's a little bit cheaper. $139. They have the same kind of tiers for a kid. You get a $5 discount. Thanks a lot. You know, if it's nothing. But if you go to 2 different parks, you get $179. One park, $139. So it's similar price. It's just insane how much people are paying. Like I said, I would probably pay that if I were going on a trip to Disney. I'll have to make sure that I'm still investing the right amount that I need to invest. I'm not cutting back on my living just to pay for a trip to Disney. I'm not going credit card debt. This is just my vacation. It's probably a 1-year vacation if we were to go to Disney and actually spend a good amount of time there. But hey, Six Flags America is a great alternative. You can go to Six Flags America for $500 just for admission and parking, and then you got to worry about your hotels and your transportation later. But that is another option that you can go with.
2 years later, Disney World switched to a date-based pricing model, where ticket prices vary by date.
So everybody wants to come during summer vacation and Christmas when their kids are out of school.
Yep.
And the trouble is that if you've spent billions.
But how much is it in the summer? Hold on, I got to go back. We have to go back because we were looking at in February, it's already $181, which is kind of high. I'm not going to lie, it's kind of high. Let's see what it's like in the summertime. I'm just having fun with this right now. February, March, so July. It's actually cheaper. That's weird. It's actually cheaper in the summer. I don't know. It's just all crazy expensive.
They want to use all of their pricing and promotions to try and equalize the crowds throughout the year.
This approach is an example of dynamic pricing, where prices change based on demand, timing, competition, or customer behavior. Something most people are already familiar with from airline fares or rideshare apps, which charge more during rush hour or when the weather's bad.
Yep, I hate that.
Disney is not the only theme park company to use this approach. In 2016, Universal Studios Hollywood, Disney's biggest competitor, introduced demand-based tiered pricing, raising single-day tickets to $115. Disneyland's low...
So you go there for $115, you can go to Six Flags for $45. You decide. Universal could be better. It could be a better theme park, and it could be worth that price. But if the goal is for you to have your kids and enjoy it, and for them to enjoy their time, I don't think they're going to know the difference between what Universal would be like compared to a Six Flags America.
Lowest price ticket for its slower season is $104, the same price it's been since 2019. In 2024, Disneyland Paris went a step further, adopting an airline-style model where prices can fluctuate until the ticket is purchased. And it's not just tickets. Prices inside the parks have climbed too. We visited Disneyland ourselves to see just how much prices for food and merchandise have increased.
And do know that you can bring food inside, at least Disneyland. I'm not sure about Disney World. I would assume it's the same thing. But in Disneyland, you can bring food. So you can bring sandwiches, you can bring your juices, your waters, everything you need. You don't have to buy the food there. But a lot of people, including us, we bought some food there. But a lot of people are going to buy the food there because it's part of the experience. You go to these places, and there's some experiences that cost a lot of money. So you're just to get in the park, you're paying $180 some. And you could pay for experiences and other things like that at these hotels or even in the park for $200+. It's insane.
We started by making a list of items sold in the past that are still sold today and how much they used to cost. Then we went to the park to check out the new prices for everything on our list.
$5.75, so wild. Look at this, guys.
The price of every
Look at
item
how
we
much
checked
it has
has
gone up.
increased faster than inflation over the past 17 years.
Faster than inflation. The Mickey Ears is wild.
Now, even die-hard fans are having to make hard choices about investing in the happiest place on Earth.
How long have you been a fan of Disney, and how long have you been going to Disney parks?
The womb, potentially.
Look at this lady. She's a big Disney fan.
I was a Disney child, to a Disney teenager, to a Disney adult. I've never really lost that love of magic. Now that I have adult money, I can start buying and collecting things I really like. And I love Disney art. I purchased this piece, which is Notre Dame. Hunchback of Notre Dame is my favorite Disney film of all time, and it's not appreciated nearly enough. This is something from my mom. It's a set of limited edition stamps. I have a huge Disney pin collection.
I won't skip her stuff. She's just a crazy Disney fan, okay? Just know that.
One of the few companies and one of the few places that truly, truly cared about its fan base.
I don't think these big corporations care about their fan bases at all, honestly. I think they just want the most money out of you, and they're going to sell you these products. They're going to promote these products. They're going to get you to become a super fan like this lady so that you can come back every single year, buy their annual park pass for $1,500, spend all your money in the park. But it's honestly, if you can afford it, if you could do this comfortably and still invest your money, then why not?